Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, birthdays. Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. So here we are with our birthday capsule. Today we thought it would be a good idea to share some vocabulary and some expressions related to birthdays. So we have decided to speak about birthdays because it's a time of the year in which we have several birthday celebrations. So we said, why not?
And it's
Yes.
also like a way of starting the year without finishing the celebrations because we are over Christmas and New Year, but now you continue with birthdays.
Yeah, partying all year long. Okay. So, what do you think if we start with expressions?
So one that I commonly use is happy belated birthday. That's something that you can say in English. And it's one that I use a lot because normally I forget about birthdays. So when you're going to congratulate someone, but the birthday, you realize that the birthday is gone, then you say happy belated birthday. That is like, I'm sorry I'm late, but I remembered. So what do you normally say for a birthday?
I think that the expression that everybody knows is happy birthday, of course, because it's like very common, and we get to see this expression when you are, for example, if you are preparing an Instagram story, you write maybe the word in your language and you get many happy birthday gifts. I don't know why, but well, they are in English. Or when you buy things like, I don't know, a birthday hat and it says happy birthday, right?
Or
It's
a
like
wrapping
very
paper.
common. Or the wrapping paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say something that the other day some students were like really surprised about. It is called birthday because it is the day on which you were born. It's birth day, right? Birth means nacimiento. So it's like, not many people know this. In fact, these students were surprised, and the level of English they have is a very high level of English. And they were like, oh, right, birthday.
Yeah, but it's funny because it takes a while before you make the connection because it's like give birth and then it's
Yeah.
birthday. So
Something related to this word, it's a word that if you say it like quickly, you can make mistakes in pronunciation because it's like it has like many consonants together or hard to put together. I don't know what happens, but it's like you need to make a break. So it's like birthday.
yeah, I think that that's why a lot of people are opting for like the short version that is saying happy B-Day. Also, it's a strategy. If you're not very good with spelling, you just need to write B-Day altogether.
Yeah.
No confusion.
Moving on, we have you say happy birthday, and then the the birthday cake comes, and the birthday person has to make a wish.
Depending on where you are, is only one wish or three wishes? Because like in Argentina, we normally have three wishes, but here it's only one wish.
And lately, there is a new trend. The people say that you don't have to make wishes for the things that you want, but instead you have to give thanks for the things that have happened to you in the last year. Like you are closing your previous year, so you give thanks for that.
I have to say that last year I had a problem because I chose the candles, the ones that are like letters and they wrote happy birthday. So like a lot of candles. The problem with those candles is that they are super thin. So when you light them, they start melting quite quickly. So between lighting, singing, I ran out of time to choose my wishes.
No,
Blow.
you have to think in advance. I think in advance. Because I am organized, I think in advance because I don't want to make abrupt decisions on the at the moment.
But you know how some candles are quite shitty because they melt really quickly. So someone is going to eat cake with wax on
Well,
it.
yeah, of course. Yeah, of
And
course.
if it's a children's birthday, you're going to eat cake with saliva.
Magical. It's a magical experience. Okay, so doing the recap. Happy birthday, the birthday cake arrives, the person makes a wish, and then this birthday person has to blow out the candles. There are people saying that you should not blow out the candles. You should um, use an element in order to extinguish the little fire, the flame. Because if you blow out the candles, you are blowing the energies, whatever. I don't know.
So this
Okay.
year, for example, in my house, we're celebrating a very special birthday
Mm-hmm.
because my husband is turning 40. So
Okay.
you know that when you change decades, normally you plan like a more elaborate party,
Mm-hmm.
let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
Yeah.
going to be a surprise party because I don't want to be dead.
No.
But it's true that when it's like a turning point in your life, you do tend to make a bigger celebrate or a bigger effort in the
Mhm.
celebration.
Now that you mentioned this 40-year-old party or celebration, a question that I get a lot from my students is how do you say cumplir años?
Mm.
And it's a very special verb, the one that we use to say that, because we use the verb turn. For example, how old are you turning? I'm turning 40 this year. I'm turning 30 this year. I'm turning.
I find contradictory that you say, I will be. I will be 38 this year. You don't say, I'm going to be.
I've always seen this with will or with the present continuous, like I'm turning
Right.
30.
But will
It's
kind
not a
of
plan.
doesn't make sense because, like, normally you use will for predictions. So it's like, I don't know if I'm going to turn or not.
I've always seen it with this too. Yeah, I'm turning. I'll be.
I use
That's
the
it.
most I will be.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's kind of one. It's one of these things that English has. So we
Yeah.
were also talking, like, when we started planning for this episode, about how celebrations are different nowadays. So we were saying how now is very common to celebrate, particularly children's birthdays,
Mm-hmm.
in
Yes.
indoor play centers. So
Mm-hmm.
everything is organized, they give you the food, everything. You just arrive there. I
Yeah.
remember my mom preparing my birthday, and it was like
A
uh,
chaos.
making the piñata, making the cake, preparing all the food,
A chaos.
recycling, because every year you would have like the same tablecloth, the same um,
Like the
plastic.
banners.
The
Ah,
banners were the same plastic cups, the same everything.
because something else happened when we were kids, and is that many of those things were difficult to get because maybe there wasn't a shop in your town where you could buy those things, or maybe there was, but they didn't have such a variety of objects or decorations. So once you found uh, one thing that you liked, many parents did that, this like recycling thing, like, okay, we're going to wash this very carefully and we are going to save it for the next birthday. Maybe it was yours, maybe it was your sister's, your brother's birthdays.
It's also related to the fact that this is expensive. To change everything every year is too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember these, they were not like the typical plastic cups because they were like harder, so you could wash them. It was on
Yes.
purpose. They were with Fido Dido, the ones
Yeah,
we had.
we remember
And
those
I
ones. Yeah.
remember that they had to be washed after every birthday because they were going to be reused. And you couldn't use them like around the house the rest of the year. No, no,
No, no,
no.
no,
This
no.
was kept
Not
in a special place.
in a box with the label birthday stuff.
And then the types of games that we used to play, they were made by our parents, like when you were doing the treasure hunt or the sack race, the dancing chairs, all these games, they required an adult supervising. So when the
Yes.
indoor play centers arrived, it was like a solution.
And besides, it was a solution for the parents mainly, I
Yeah,
would say, because you have the guarantee that your kids will still have fun. It's a safe place because it is specially prepared for children.
or should be.
Well, let's say it is. And then the parents, you are there because you are welcoming the guests and talking to other parents, but you are not completely taking care of the children because there are people specially prepared to doing that.
Mhm.
So it's like everything is solved and everything is easier, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't like making their lives easy because, like, I have
No.
seen some birthdays that require more detail than my 15th birthday celebration.
And now that you mentioned your 15th year birthday, we have to say that speaking of birthdays, that's a very common celebration here in Argentina. It is still very common. I
It's a
don't know if it is the
milestone birthday. This is one we learned when looking for vocabulary.
milestone birthday. In the States or in the States, I think it is, they have the Sweet 16s, but I don't think they throw such a big party as they do here.
No, I think that you can. The ones that throw the biggest parties that I have seen are quinceañeras in
Quinceañeras,
Mexico.
yes. Well, here it is also a lot. I mean, I have never liked the idea of celebrating this birthday because I've always seen it like a waste of money because it is very expensive. And here they, it is still expensive. Like they have to rent a special place to celebrate because they have many guests. Then the dress, there are many girls who have one dress and then in the middle of the night they change. Well, but they also have this special table with all the desserts, the cakes, the a lot of
Yeah,
food, a lot
and then
of
you
people
hire
like
someone for the photographs, and then you hire a
a
DJ,
DJ. Yeah, it's a
and
lot
then
of.
you have like all the masks and stuff for the party. After, it's a lot of money.
In order to attend one of these parties, you need an invitation. Something common that we see in invitations in English is an acronym. There is RSVP, which corresponds to words in French, which I am not going to say because I don't know.
It's like respondez s'il vous plaît.
Okay, like answer please, like reply, are you coming or not? This means these letters mean that they require a confirmation,
Mhm.
right? If you are coming to the party or not.
If you
Using
accept going to the party, you need to buy a present because you're going to give a present
Mhm.
to the birthday person.
And the
Um,
birthday person, we have to say that it's going to receive the present. We are clarifying this because many students ask us, how do you say regalar? Well, there is no such a specific verb for that. We have to say give a present, receive a present, and that's all.
I think we've covered most of the vocabulary here. So I was thinking that a good question for our audience would be, what is your favorite thing of celebrating your birthday? So we read you in the comments.
Okay, so before we go, remember to subscribe if you haven't done it yet, give love to our content, and spread the word to help our channel grow.
Also remember that you can rate our episodes and comment on each capsule. Activate the bell so that you know when our next capsule is out. And take a look at the description and our Instagram account to take more advantage of our content.
Okay, that's all for today. Bye for now.
See you in our next episode.